back to another video. The RainWings and the LeafWings are arguably some of the most powerful tribes in the Wings of Fire universe. But what if these groups of dragons fought? How would a war between them go, considering their unique abilities? Is a clear victor even a possible guess? I'll be discussing all of this and more in today's video. But before we begin, a huge shout out to my patrons. DragonLover95, Thistle, Noopto, Pyronuke, Avril, Pancake, Escarada, Adequin, Atlas Cleaver, Shadow Hunter, and Atlas Stargazer. Thank you all so much for supporting me. Links to their social medias are in the description down below. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into the video. Real quick, yes, I do know that a lot of Book 16 news was revealed at FanWing Fest this past weekend. However, I've been choosing to avoid it as much as possible for the time being, that way I can be surprised when I do eventually go to my location. I know that means a bit of a wait when it comes to me giving you guys all the news, but trust me, my FanWing Fest vlog is going to be incredible. Unfortunately, I have seen a few spoilers, which is why I've been trying to avoid looking at the comment section again for a little bit. But don't worry, the news will be coming to you guys soon. Just please try not to comment anything that was revealed. Thank you. And I thought, in the meantime, why not cover something as crazy as a LeafWing and RainWing war? What would happen if these two tribes fought? And, well, with this fictional scenario, I do have a bit of starting info to clarify. To make things a bit more balanced, we're going to be starting with each tribe in their respective prime period. That means the ancient RainWings with their impressive tactical training and tricks, and the LeafWings with full access to vegetation and troops. Each will also have a competent queen at the head. RainWings have some pretty notable abilities that could be used for combat and stealth purposes. For starters, their prehensile tails allow for easy rainforest traversal during the fight. However, some of their advantages will only work their best in the right environment, as sun plays a large part into a RainWing's ability to change their scale colors and develop their venom. It would be most beneficial for this tribe to fight in the rainforest rather than the thick jungle. They would also need frequent rest, something that's less important to a LeafWing. But if their scale-changing powers are in full effect, these dragons could pack a punch. Not only could they blend in with the trees and leaves, but they could also momentarily trick LeafWings on the other side by turning their scales green to match them. A RainWing's corrosive venom is nothing to mess with either. If they hit an enemy in the eyes or bloodstream, it could kill them. Regardless, the area is going to burn and permanently scar, disorienting an enemy in the process, and potentially even delivering life-altering injuries. However, older RainWings would be better to have on the front lines, as these dragons are more skilled at changing the colors of their scales. An adult's venom is also stronger than a dragonette's, allowing it to go further and cause more of an impact. But this tribe's expertise in a war goes beyond just their physical feats. Experienced RainWings can tell the time based on the position of the sun, which would be a huge help when coordinating attacks or staking out locations. The LeafWings aren't without their surprises, though. They too absorb energy from the sun, though require a little less than RainWings, seemingly. But this tribe's biggest advantage comes with Leaf Speak, a special power many dragons possess. Leaf Speak allows a dragon to communicate with the plants and flora around them. It can cause seeds to grow quicker, convince a plant to attack, or not, and many other things. If the war is long, the LeafWings could even employ a mating system to strengthen the Leaf Speak of their dragonettes. This tribe has a lot of experience dealing with the jungle, especially the many plants and insects that fill the forests. They've weaponized the world around them in order to defeat foes, something we haven't seen at all with RainWings yet. So, it's clear that both these dragon types possess a lot of strengths, and comparative weaknesses. But if they truly went to war, how could these be utilized for each side? A good leader would focus on exploiting the weaknesses of their enemies, while also building on their own tribe's strengths. as both the RainWings and the LeafWings studied each other during the earlier times of the war, they'd come up with methods to hinder each other. For example, the LeafWings could create traps that cover RainWings in a substance, such as some sort of paint, if they come into contact with it. This would allow them to not turn fully invisible or deceive any LeafWings until they're able to slink off and take a bath. They could also use their leaf speak to communicate with the plants around them, securing bases, trapping or killing enemy dragons, and much more. They're also very quick and hard to catch, allowing them to have an advantage getting out of the way of an unforgiving RainWing's venom. However, on the other hand, the RainWings can have some strategies of their own. The LeafWings are at their greatest when they have dragons that can control plants. So, eliminate the leaf speak population as much as possible, and it'd certainly hinder their enemies' efforts. However, a good queen would also find ways to combat this targeting, likely by keeping leaf speak dragons close at all times. While they may have quick reflexes, nothing can stop a well-placed venom strike. A dragon could easily be incapacitated or even killed if they don't manage to notice a RainWing's slippery scales nearby. They'd have to adapt to carefully listening for dragons, as nowhere is safe. During long stretches of battles, camped out RainWings would struggle though. After all, they need to be rested more to function at their best, and could also run out of resources if trapped in a tricky spot. LeafWings, however, could have a leaf-speaking dragon in their troop that could grow fruit or vegetables by communicating with the natural world. So, who would win in a war between these two tribes? I mean, they both have extreme advantages and disadvantages, especially if we're talking ancient RainWings here, as they had so much access to various poisons and other lethal things. Ultimately, there's no way for us to know for sure, as cool as it is to imagine a fight between these two iconic dragon types. However, I think we shouldn't underestimate the power of leaf speak and a LeafWing's resolve. They stand a good chance, the rainforest fighters. So, I'm leaving it up to you guys in the comments. Who would win this kind of fight? How long would it take? What plans would they enact? And would there even be a winner, or are they just too well matched? And if you guys want, I can write a story about this. I'm so curious about all this, so let me know your thoughts down below. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.